Today, we're learning about shutter speed. So first off, what is shutter speed? Shutter speed is when you so you know on a camera when you like this. You know what? Let's bring in a professional.
So, shutter speed is the length of time it takes for light to hit the sensor in your camera. Therefore, shutter speed is represented in seconds. The fastest this shutter speed goes in this camera is 1/8,000th of a second. The slowest it goes is 30 seconds. Adjusting the shutter speed affects two things in the camera, and that is lighting and motion blur. Let's start with lighting. The slower I make my shutter speed, the more light is entering into my sensor, giving me a more brighter image. And the faster the shutter speed, the less light is coming into my sensor, giving me a darker image. Let's talk about motion blur. If you want to capture a still image of a moving object, you want to make sure you have a fast shutter speed, such as 1/1000th of a second, 1/500th of a second, and so on and so forth. Great time to use this is when you're capturing sporting events, weddings, wildlife. So if you want a clear image of your moving object, increase your shutter speed. Now if you want a really cool phantom effect, that's when you slow down your shutter speed. Have you ever seen those really cool photos of traffic at nighttime, where one side of the freeway is a streak of red and the other is a streak of white? That's when they slow down their shutter speed, allowing the camera to capture the object in motion. Or what about the photos with the waterfalls, where the water's coming?
But anyways, now that you know what shutter speed is, let me show you how we use it in real estate photography. Now the main thing we use shutter speed for when photographing homes is adjusting for the light in different rooms. And when we walk into darker rooms, we want to make sure to slow down the shutter speed in order to get a brighter image. Take this laundry room as an example. As you can see, there's no windows in here, which means the only source of light we're relying on is the tungsten light bulbs. In darker rooms like this, we need to make sure to slow down the shutter speed in order to adjust for the ambient photo. Unlike the laundry room, this living room has tons of windows allowing tons of sunlight in, which is why we had to adjust our shutter speed faster to 1/80th of a second. Now I know what you're thinking. Cameron, Phil just told me that one of the things shutter speed affects is motion blur. And last time I checked, homes don't move. And you're right, they don't. Unless it's a mobile home. The only time motion comes into effect when shooting real estate is sometimes you'll be shooting on a windy day and outside the branches or trees will be moving and you need to bump up that shutter speed in order to make sure everything in the image is still. But besides that, when we're photographing homes, we're always using a tripod. So even when we do go into a dark room where we have to slow the shutter speed down to bring in more light, it's a still image. If you have any questions regarding anything real estate media related, go ahead and throw a comment in the comment section below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to these videos. Shout out to LeBron James. Like what?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.